Hello, folks. Welcome to tonight's theme. This is the second one. It is Beers for Fall. And we're going to get together. We are getting together here tonight to look at different beers that you could bring for fall. And people were saying, well, what do you mean? I said, well, use your professional judgment. And I think people have done a good job. So I'm in Louisiana with Louisiana Beer Reviews. Bumpy Road. Jesse is in New Hampshire with Bumpy Road Brewing. And Michael Komarov is the Autumn Fall Fancier, and he's in Brooklyn, New York City, New York. So hello, everybody. Now,
hello.
Tonight I am bringing Spaten Optimator, introduced in 1923. I checked the trademark. The trademark was first used in 1923. They even had the date. I can't remember. It was like November or something. So makes sense. All right, fits. Malt liquor, but not what you would think of when you typically hear the word malt liquor. It is this company has been around since 1397. 1397. It's a Doppelbock, and it's from Spatenbräu, Munich, Germany, and it is very full of calories. Now, so that's what I'm going to show now. Jesse has an interesting one from a company that I've tried because people sent them to me. I didn't buy them down here.
Yeah, from Woodstock Inn Brewery out of Woodstock, New Hampshire. I have Autumn Ale. This is a light-bodied brown ale with apple cinnamon flavor. Comes in at 4.3% ABV.
Okay, and then Michael.
Okay, from the same company that Jay has, from also Munich, Germany, I have Spaten Oktoberfest, which is a Marzen at 5.9%. And what could be better for autumn than an Oktoberfest?
Right. We're past October, but the date on that beer is going to be good. I know it is.
It says it's good until 5/2022, and mine also says malt liquor on it, which as an American, I chuckle, but so be it.
Well, you know, they're trying to get around any kind of legal issues in some states where you cannot sell beer above 5%, but malt liquor, oh, that's fine. No problem there. Okay, so I'm going to showcase mine first, and then I'm going to show the website in a minute. So here I am, just in this chair, and I got a glass, not really the proper glass, but got a little smoke on it. And this glass, I call it a bulb. It looks like a bulb on a tulip bulb, or maybe some other kind of flower. But anyway, it's dark brown, but with the light shining through it, you can't see this part because you can't see it shining through it because you're not on my side of it, but it's red. You can see ruby. Yes. And it's an ivory head. The aroma, like I've said before, raisins. No, he doesn't drink malt liquor. He drinks Märzens. Oh, here is BC's Beer Reviews. Regardless of if it's a bottle or a can, he's going. I'm glad you finished your editing, BC.
Yeah, so am I. I just got done uploading to YouTube, so that's why I came in late.
That's all right. This beer that I'm doing, we're going to get back to you. This beer has raisins, like I said, and it's like figs and strong malt. It's not like, it's hard to describe this beer because if you're not used to these kind of things, it'll seem like you'll say licorice. It does seem like it has black licorice, but it doesn't, you know. Now I'm going to show the website. Take a little sip. Cheers. I'm just show. BC's Beer Reviews. BC's Beer Review. All right. Here we go with the screen share. And then while I'm at it, I'll show Michael's. We'll kill two birds with one pencil sharpener. All right. Should show a moment. Saying 7.6% alcohol by volume, 253 calories. Oh my goodness. All right. And they used to sell them in the 500 milliliter bottles around here, but I haven't seen those in a number of years. And they used to sell it on draft at Oktoberfest at Deutsches Haus in New Orleans. And I've had it on draft, and it was great. And the girl gave me too much of it, and then I felt funny, woozy. Spaten Optimator is a classic German double Bock beer, bottle minted, that means lager, dark beer, Doppelbock, double Bock, with a deep dark color and a rich roasted malt flavor. Water, barley malt, hops, and hop extract. No corn or rice. No corn or rice. Now let's see if we can find Michael's, since we're right here anyway. Won't have to jump around. Let's see. Type in. Whoops, come on, you little devil. Here we go. Let's see if it'll come up. Just hold on a second. Yeah, this beer. Oh, here we go. This beer is so intense and strong and heavy. I don't think you could drink too many. 12 ounces is pretty nice. A whole 500 milliliter, I've done it. But boy, it's woo. Now, if you want a light Spaten 5.2, try that one called Spaten. It's
I think I've had that one before.
It's a Munich Helles, yeah. Well, I recommend all three. Here we go, Michael. Since we're here, 183 calories. Well, you can read it, Michael. I don't want to steal his thunder.
Yeah, you can read it. You got a closer look than me. You should read it. Go ahead.
Okay. 5.9% alcohol, 83 calories. Spaten Märzen Oktoberfest beer is the world Oktoberfest beer. They claim they came out with it in 1872. The beer of Munich's famous Oktoberfest, aromatic, savory, and gold colored. Use water, barley malt, hops, and hop extract. This was on November 15th. In other words, they updated this website on Monday. Okay. So a few more tasting notes. Bitterness, very low. The IBUs must be very low. 1 out of 5 hop cones. Sweetness, very high. Very high on mine. I would say it's probably 4.5 out of 5 sugar cubes. 4 out of 5 sugar cubes, I guess. Heavy bodied, syrupy, raisiny. I tell you what, I think Spaten Optimator is the mincemeat pie of beer. It's the mincemeat pie of beer. But I'm not going to quite stop sharing yet. Look at here, while we're here. Here you go, Jesse. A light-bodied brown ale with hints of apple and cinnamon flavors. 25 bitterness units, which is low moderate, 4.3%. And that's all they tell you. Boy, thanks for all the information, Woodstock. All right. Clan Scottish Ale, what like? All right. Anyway, back to me. We're going to go to Jesse now. Yummy in my tummy.
Right. So I just opened it up and I'll give it a pour. All right. It's got an off-white colored head, kind of a creamy, light tan head, I would say. It's got a little bit of like a yellowish kind of hue to the whiteness, but kind of a rocky head. It's got fairly mid-sized to larger bubbles forming throughout. Head's probably not going to last for too long. May leave some lacing on the glass, though. The color of the beer itself is kind of a light amber. This is a light-bodied brown ale, so holding it up closer is not really doing it much justice, but you can kind of see through it a little bit there. And some aromas. Yeah, apple and cinnamon for sure. Light, kind of a light caramel toffee. Also some bread notes in there. Okay, but yeah, the apple and the cinnamon is right up front. Cheers.
Cheers, Jesse.
Cheers to you.
Light body, kind of a, I'd say, medium carbonation to it. Definitely getting apple. There's quite a bit of apple flavor in this. Cinnamon's kind of on the tail end. Kind of pick that up with the bitterness. The cinnamon's kind of lingering on with that. It does do that kind of cinnamon burn thing, like if you do put some dry cinnamon in your mouth and try to swallow it. Kind of gives a little bit of a burn in the back of the throat. It's not super bready. Like it has like a bread aroma to it a little bit, but it's more fruit forward. I mean, definitely apple, but there seems to be like some type of a grape flavor in this as well. And that cinnamon's loaded up in the back end. Trying to figure out what the hops kind of remind me of. I'm just gonna. It's on the earthy tone, I would say, with the hops. Yeah. Most of the brown ale flavor notes in this are pretty low, pretty lackluster. It's pretty much just a wet portal for apple and cinnamon flavor. Cheers. 4.3% ABV. Also, it's not detectable.
Are you more of a 14.3% or a 4.3% guy?
Right in the middle.
A 7.
Most of the beers I drink are right around 8%.
Okay. 14 gets a little difficult, doesn't it?
Yeah. Sometimes. You can have one. Those are usually good sippers.
Then you'd
Okay.
be feeling it.
As Jay told you earlier in the description, 5.9%. The IBUs, since I did check it out, are 23. So it is low in bitterness. Let me put it in the glass.
You
See
said
what it
this
looks
before, I assume.
Yes, I have. I'm a huge fan of German beers. I like German beers a lot.
Funny thing about that, if you look on the Spaten website for Germany, it's a different Oktoberfest beer.
So the one in the United States probably is different than the one that's consumed locally in Germany.
Yeah.
It's in the United States, it's a Märzen. In the United States, it's a Märzen, but in Germany, it's a Fest beer.
Okay, so in the glass as we're looking at it, and again, the camera angle here is always a little bit different. If you look through the light, you can definitely see through it. It's definitely reddish color, but it's not red. It's more orange with like a red tint in it, but definitely dark orange. And the head is one finger of a very nice foamy head, which looks like it will stay here just by the way the bubbles are. Might go down a little in decline.
What about copper? Could we call that a copper appearance?
I guess you could call it copper. I guess you could say it's copper. That's accurate, I guess. All right. So looking at it, the carbonation is definitely active. A lot of heavy bubble streams coming up. And let's get a nose on it. Okay, so the nose, you're getting kind of like a white crusty bread kind of nose. And it's very malty, as I think you'd expect in most Marzens. You're not getting too much as far as hops, at least in the nose.
No.
You can kind of, I don't know if you can really smell sweetness. You probably can.
You can.
I guess you can. And I can detect it, but I'm not sure if I'm doing it a combination from looking at it also. I can tell you going in that I've had it before too, so maybe in that way it's unfair. But I think you can tell the sweetness in the nose too.
Go open a bag of sugar and smell it. You'll smell something. Go open some K-Rose.
So you can detect the sweetness in the nose, in my opinion, anyway. All right, let me get a taste, see what I think. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Okay. The taste is extremely malty, which I think you would expect in a Marzen. That's the first taste you're getting. Ronnie S. thought white crusty bread wouldn't be a good nose for it to be, but I don't think it's a bad one.
Look at my response.
That's true. That's a good response, too. Okay, what else am I getting? It's very crisp as far as your taste sensation.
Yeah.
Almost toasty. You're getting caramel in it as well. Maybe a touch of toffee. Very drinkable for 5.9%. Almost, and I think this is why maybe this one, compared to some of the other Oktoberfest, why I like this better. There's almost a smoothness to it. And that's I guess, like you say, since they've been brewing it since the late 19th century, they've got some experience in brewing this type beer.
Yeah, and that's the original one. The Fest beer is a later addition. So when they started making that in 1872, it was that one that you're drinking, not the Fest beer.
So I really like this, and I will continue to sip it. And when we come back around, I'll have a number for the group.
Okay. Now, BC's going to tell us about his, and we don't know about his yet. So Michael's got to get ready with pen and paper notes.
Okay, well, this is the last one I've got to do, or the last one that's in my fridge, is the Oktoberfest by the Wolverine Company out of Ann Arbor, Michigan. Now, according to my notes, when I originally reviewed this has a 6.2 APV and a 21 IBU. Okay. Now, according to my score at the time I gave this, I'm going to try to keep that score separate from today because I might give it a different score. So I'm not going to even try to look at that one. Um, Crack goes the beer can. And this is Oktoberfest beer. From what I can remember, I actually enjoyed this the last time I had it. Now this, if I remember right, it's a Marzen beer. Now the head I'm getting on this.
Well, here's the screen share. You want to read it to the fans?
I'm using my phone. If you don't mind reading it for me, Ron, please.
Oh,
Thank you.
I got Wolverine State Brewing Company, Oktoberfest German Märzen. Flavor profile: big toffee and bread notes from the grain bill. German noble hops balanced the malt with herbal and spicy notes. Smooth body and mouthfeel. Specifications: the specs: 6.2% alcohol, 21 IBUs, bright color, 1.059 gravity. It's a tier 3 pricing, which don't know what that means. Draft and package. Available August to September 30th, and they use Hallertau Mittelfrüh hops, and that is that. Ann Arbor, Michigan.
Now that sounds about right. The notes that I remember taking down and what I've got in my book, and I mean it smells awesome. You're really getting that sweetness that Mike was talking about. I'm getting this off of here. Probably more off of that toffiness as well. I mean, I'm really enjoying this one. I forgot how well this smells. I mean, this smells awesome to me. And um, the color on it is like a dark, I mean, real dark amber. I don't know if the camera is doing it justice, but it's kind of it looks kind of like a tea on the camera, like a tea color on the camera, but it seems like it's a little bit darker to the eye to me. So maybe there's just a slight variance between the camera and my eye, but that's just me.
Well,
I don't know
you're
if
probably right.
yeah. So I don't know if we're doing a taste on this, but
Yeah, go.
okay.
Take a little taste. Well, take a taste. Take a taste.
Ooh, that's nice. You know, I forgot how nice this is. This is going down good. You're definitely getting that sweetness off of there. You're getting that toffee and breadiness, as the description implies. Yes. That's basically kind of what you're getting off there, is toffee and breadiness and the sweetness. I'm actually, I forgot how good this was from the last time I reviewed this. So it just works out to be really well. I mean, if I had to choose to do, well, I mean, I'm doing it again, but if I had to do, like, out of all the Oktoberfest beers that I've done this year, I'd say this probably be one of my top choices to do again.
Wow.
As a
y'all. Uh-oh.
So, I mean, I've had quite a few Oktoberfest this year, as most of you guys know. So, yeah. Okay, it sounded like you were going to say something, but yeah, this was really good.
Something's barreling down the tracks. You know what I mean?
Okay. So, okay, I get what you're saying now. Yeah. But yeah, this one I'm really enjoying. I really am. And oh my goodness, I wish I had a few more of these beers sitting in the fridge now. This was the only one I had left. So it just kind of made me wish I had more. That might be an indication of my grade, but hey, that's just
no. You just love good beer. You just love good beer.
That's true. I really do. I mean, if I didn't, I wouldn't be doing what I do. So, yeah. I mean, you're getting that maltiness as well off of it. And, you know, I could go on and on and on about this one right now, but I won't. I won't. But I guess I'll let everybody else kind of go on about their own beers.
Okay, now
Cheers.
it's called cheers to you. It's called Wolverine.
State Brewing. Let me see. Yeah, Wolverine State Brewing out of Ann Arbor, Michigan. Yep.
It's
Which is
their
kind of ironic. Which is kind of ironic to me. Wolverine State. Now it kind of mixes two things in my mind: U of M and
yeah.
MSU as far as colleges go. So when you get Wolverine and State, it kind of seems like it's one of the weird, wonky deals where it shouldn't be together, but this company combined the two for some reason. So that's just me talking here.
They want it to be inclusive. Um,
Yeah, because
I
I'm
was
more
watching.
of a U of M fan than I am a Spartan fan, but we always refer to the Spartans as the little brothers to the U of M Wolverines. So
Yeah,
I mean, hey,
they are the little brothers. I was watching. Hold on, I'm gonna go back to my face if I can get it to work. I was watching Western Michigan at Eastern Michigan last night until I got sleepy and I turned it off, and then a cat was calling for me. But true story. But then I was watching what I found out. I woke up this morning. I watched the highlights. Western Michigan was beating them bad, 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 and then they came back and beat Western Michigan 22-19, I think, on the last second field goal. I said, look at Eastern Michigan. That team used to be lucky if they could win one game a year. Now they go to bowl games every year, winning. They got 7 wins and only 4 losses. I said, look at Eastern Michigan with their
yeah.
gray field that looks terrible. All right, anyway, what do they call the Eagles? No,
Hmm.
The Eagles, I think. All right, anyway,
I think it's the Eagles. Yeah,
Michigan got so many regional schools, just like Louisiana. They got
yeah. I mean, it's hard for
Central,
me, even for me, to keep track of it. Yeah.
got Central, Western, Eastern, State, University of. All right, anyway, now for the college football references. And when I go off of this video, when this video is over, I'm gonna go lay down and watch another Mid-American Conference game. All right. Um, this beer is awesome. I love it. I can get singles for $1.59. Let me repeat that. I can get singles for $1.59. Thank you very much. It's 7.6% alcohol. If you drink a 12 ounce, you'll be doing fine. If you drink a 500 milliliter, you will be doing not so fine, maybe. And you will be slurring your S's. You'll be saying, she sells on the seafloor. But anyway, but I'm not drinking a 500 milliliter. All right. But I'm going to give this a good score. I love this beer. I think it's a great product. Everybody should try it. It's hard to compare it to anything because I don't think it's comparable. It's just like it's unique. It's unique. It's a unique product. Is it my favorite Doppelbock? I don't know about that. I think my favorite Doppelbock is the great, legendary Celebrator, which is 100 out of 100. The great Celebrator from Iyengar. and you get a free plastic goat with it. Okay,
Get a souvenir.
right. Who don't want a plastic goat? All right. So there we go. I'm posting a score right at this very particular moment. 95 out of 100. 95, 9.5. It is a most excellent beer. If I drank it every day, I'd get very, well, I would gain a lot of bulk. I would gain a lot of bulk. But I wouldn't drink it every day. But I really would like to do it. I really would want to drink it every day. With raisin bread, actually, I would be tempted to drink it while I was eating raisin bread with butter on it at 6 a.m. or earlier. But, you know, that's just me. Now, Jess is going to give his score for the autumn apple and spice flavors.
Yeah, this is. I'm just gonna say the base of this beer is very weak, and the adjuncts are coming through a lot. That apple flavor is there. The cinnamon, after drinking this for a little bit, is becoming a bit too much on the palate. So I think they overdid it with the cinnamon. There's not enough of the actual base beer coming through. I mean, the base beer is coming through based off of what this beer is, but it's not like a brown ale like you would normally think of a brown ale. It's very diluted with its flavors on that end. This beer to me it's an 83 out of 100.
Good,
It's
but
doable,
not
but what's that?
good, but nothing to get excited about.
Yeah. It's not a drain pour, but I wouldn't recommend it really for anybody. I wouldn't drink it again myself, but I don't mind drinking it as of right now.
Hey,
Yeah, I was about to say it seems like it's one of them drinks where it's good right now.
Hi, baby. I'm sorry, the baby was calling for me. All right. So I like beers like that if I don't have to pay for them.
Right.
True.
We're gonna come back.
If you really love cinnamon, then you'll.
I like
I like cinnamon, but
promo. We'll come back and do the promos at
Jay, you are correct. They are the Eastern Michigan Eagles, and it's the Western Michigan Broncos.
Broncos, right? With the
yeah,
COES, Broncos, COES, not like the Denver Broncos,
like the Denver Broncos.
yeah. You know, I was watching the news this morning, and they were talking about the Eagles this morning. So that, yeah.
Anyway, this is what the bottle looks like. It's a green bottle, which I guess some people think can sometimes mean skunk beer. It's not automatic.
Yes.
It's not a brown bottle like you see in a lot of the other European beers. But anyway, so I'm going to give it the same grade that Jay did. I'm giving my Oktoberfest a 95. It's a solid A. And I think another Oktoberfest I've had this year was the Paulaner, and I think I like this one better.
I do too.
But I did give that one an A as well. I think I gave that a 93. But I like this better. It's more full-bodied and more balanced than the Paulaner. And I did enjoy it.
Has a little richer flavor, huh?
I like it better. Also, it comes in a 12-ounce bottle instead of that paltry 11.2 ounce like all the other years.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
Right. It's coming from Germany. It's coming from Germany. Just goes to show you. Just goes to show you.
They can do it. They can put it in a 12-ounce bottle. So it's not impossible. Other European companies take note. The heavy viewership on our network who's watching, get that in your mind and just take care of that. Make a change. Go to 12-ounce bottling.
Hint.
Right. And the people will say, it's only an eighth of an ounce. it shouldn't matter. Well, if it doesn't matter, then add the 1/8 of an ounce and give me 12.
That's
Yeah,
right.
exactly. Yes. Oh, back to my turn. Okay. Well, this one, uh, I hate to look at my rating. The last time I reviewed this beer, I gave it an 8.75. I don't know what that translates to into 100, but that's probably, I don't know,
You
an
said that
87.
88. Yeah, a B plus. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Now, this one on my re-review, I have to give this one a 90 for sure. I can't tell you how much I appreciate this beer on a re-review. I'm sure you guys have done re-reviews and be like, this whole score was like this, but on a re-review, I forgot how
Many
good this beer
times.
was.
So you're
And
saying what now? What's the
oh,
score?
90, 90. Yep.
90.
So
A minus.
yeah. So I'm really enjoying this one. I really appreciate this now that I'm doing a re-review on this one. I mean, I'm really enjoying this one. So um, it's good. It's going down. I mean, good mouthfeel. Not really much lingering, other than maybe the toffee and the sweetness to it. But I mean, who doesn't mind that? I don't mind it. So hey,
Hey, why not? Now,
yeah.
well, that's good. The worst beer we had was still good. Woodstock in Autumn Ale at 83. It was still good, and it was the worst one we had. So that's pretty good when the worst you can do is good, and the best you can do is great. All right, so we range from 83 to 95. That's a good range. That's a 12-point range, but it was in the upper level. We some hang out about a week or week and a half ago where all the beers were like average or low. They were like sort of good to just like not good. It was like really depressing. It was like, well, this beer doesn't taste very good. And then the next person, I don't like it. I mean, I could drink it, but I would never buy it. I was like, wow, this is an exploration of sadness. But anyway, I'll show y'all one more thing. I got my little stein that Monty gave me, a guy I work with named Monty. So he said you can clip this on the bottleneck and it'll keep the flies out the beer.
I like to get one of those Stein beers, or the Stein.
He bought that in
The
Georgia.
Stein.
All right, now it's a clip on. Now tomorrow morning at dawn, that's why I'm going to bed early because I got to be up and Adam, I got to be up and ready to roll. Tomorrow morning we have from 2012 Teeling whiskey. This is from Ireland. It's 92 proof. Man, you drink too much of this, we'll come see you in the hospital. We will come visit you in the hospital. And we'll go to your wake, not your funeral. We're not that close to you, but we'll go to the wake. But the competitor is Bushmills Red Bush. Yeah, Red Bush, introduced way back in 2017. 80 proof. They call it Red Bush because it is aged in bourbon barrels. Bourbon gives whiskey that kind of reddish rust color. Oh yeah. This runs about $24 a bottle, but David and I got it for $9.99. I repeat, $9.99. True story, no lie. Oh, this runs $38 a bottle, $38 to $39. Yeah, we got it for $14.99. True story, $14.99. True story, $14.99. True story, true story, 14. True story. Stop crying, baby. I'm coming to get you. Hold on. I'm trying to get Jesse over to the big screen, and I got the cat crying like a baby.
The outside cat.
Yeah, she's like desperately crying because she wants to come in.
So yeah, shout outs on my channel, just the 50-point inspection videos I have coming out Wednesdays and Fridays. Other than that, I have a new show starting up on Monday. It's going to be 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Same as any of the other shows I've ever done on Monday. And this new show is going to be called New Brew. And just bring along, if you want to join up on the panel, a beer that you've never had. Any style of beer goes. It doesn't mean that it can't be a beer that is similar to one that you've had from like the same brewery. Like maybe a brewery makes a single IPA and then they make a double IPA and you've never had the double IPA, but you've had the single IPA with the same beer per se. But yeah, just make sure it's something that you've never had. If you buy like a 4-pack of it and don't drink one before the show, I want it to be very fresh on your mind as you just never had it, so you can get the full experience of enjoying the brew. And as the show goes on, we'll figure out how it's going to go. I have some ideas in mind.
How can you verify that the person on your panel is not lying?
I can't verify it, but I'm just hoping that the honor system. Go by the honor system.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, if Ronald Sutton shows up and he has a hams, I mean, that's
right. might be a question. Now, if he shows up with Ham's Golden Draft, whoa.
Right.
Now, if I show up with Molson Ice, would that count?
Have you ever had Molson Ice?
Unfortunately, I have, but I'm just asking a question. If I've never had it, would that be okay?
It would.
Yeah, if you've never had it, yeah, that's perfectly
if you
fine.
Show up with Bud, if you show up with Bud Light and you've never had it, show up. But
yeah, that I've never had was Bud Light. I've never had Bud Light, so I might show up with Bud Light.
Excellent.
Or any of the light beers. Yeah.
Anything else, Jesse?
No, that's it. That's it.
Okay, now.
I guess I can shout out. Let me shout out Alex's Food Friday too. So on Alex's channel this week, his Food Friday is beans. So beans. Anything with beans. Any type.
So chili would work with that one, right?
Chili would work. Hummus will work because that's made with chickpeas, which are beans. Whatever. Bean dip.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
What about 3-bean salad?
3-bean salad's fine. Yeah, he just said anything with beans. So I think green beans even works, right? Because that's a bean still. So
yeah, technically by the wording. Yeah.
That's it. That's at 8 p.m. Eastern.
Next Sunday, John and Illy will be going for 2 weeks in a row, and we're crossing our fingers and hoping that he can do 2 in a row. Otherwise, Jay will probably step in, take over. Yeah, but I don't think he has anything planned in the immediate future until we get deeper into the holidays. I'm not sure. He might be going back to Alabama the following week to have Thanksgiving dinner with his family. I'm not sure. So he might not be back by Sunday. But I think he will be there this Sunday, which is the 21st at 10:30 Eastern Standard Time. Bring a stout or a porter or a black and tan. It seems like that's acceptable as well, as long as it has porter in it. How
about stout?
Any stout, porter, or black and tan.
But not an ESB.
But not. And is that what she brought an ESB or attempted to, and then he didn't get it? That was Alex.
Yeah.
The beer.
Yes, an ESB. Yeah.
It was an ESB. I mean, people like Bumpy had a Sunday night show where it had to be, dark beers, but it was dark not by hokey means. It was dark because of the malts and the way. And it's funny. Did anybody ever try to bring You know, like a fruited sour that was dark in color and try to sneak it in?
No, but Miscellaneous did happen to find a sour stout that he brought. So but that was perfectly fine because it was a
Yeah,
stout
but
that was
see, the
dark.
difference is a stout is dark as its color. You
Yeah.
could have a fruited sour that's dark because it has those berries in it, and that makes it dark, and that's not the same thing.
Yeah. No, nobody tried to bring an actual fruited sour. I've made that one clear because that was the big thing was Josh Abrams would he's known for drinking heavily fruited sours, the puree thick fruited sours. So he was always like, I'm gonna bring a fruited sour. So that's why I started saying it has to be dark because of the malt and not.
Right. David Cassidy is asking about Guinness making a higher ABV stout.
They
That
do.
they did make those two, which I never got, which were higher ABV stouts. They make a 7.5, but they make the higher ones. That Jay, you
Yeah.
had the
The
you had
Antwerp.
those,
The Antwerp's like 9%, I think.
right? So they do
8.
make
No, the
higher.
Antwerpen is 8. The Antwerpen is 8, but they made the bourbon barrel age that was like 11.9.
And wasn't there a second one in that series too, a different flavor that was?
It was, and it was like 10.9 or something. They were very strong. They were very strong.
Those were never here, as far as I know. I never came across those two, but if they are around again, I would definitely buy them because I like the Guinness product line. Whatever. Otherwise, like I was saying before, miscellaneous, and I after the show are going on Black is Beautiful. If anybody wants to come on that tonight, and you have a Black and Beautiful can, you'd be welcome.
But isn't it going to be like brown is beautiful? Because I've seen photos of those beers, and they look more like they were dark brown than black to me.
It was a fundraiser, so don't worry about it.
Okay, I'm just saying, just being
Okay.
very particular. All right,
There are stouts, Jay, that are dark brown, but they're still, they can be up to black look depending on the product.
right. But the name of the project is Black is Beautiful,
Right. It was a fundraiser.
which is a lead in to what I have coming up with the Dragon's Milk White Stout. But that's another. All right, but now BC's beer reviews. He's going to do any promos that he wants to do at this time.
Well, Friday, I know I'm going to be doing Fandango Friday with you, and Saturday, generally Wednesdays and Saturdays are my days that I post videos, and I just posted one right before I came on here today. So you got an exclusive. I don't know how many views it's got because I've been out here, but I did one today, and I did Storage Brewing Company's. What is it? Autumn, and this is part of their Pure Michigan thing. Where if you don't know what that is, they try to promote Michigan in every way possible. I mean,
Good.
regardless if it's nature or not, and they try to promote Michigan. And with this beer that I reviewed today on my channel, everything and anything that can be grown and made or make this beer in Michigan, they did it. Everything is in Michigan with this beer. I wish I would have found out about this one sooner, or I would have done it earlier. So I did this one today, and for some reason, when you said David Cassidy, I don't know if that's the guy from Kung Fu or the guy from the Partridge Family. I don't know, but that sounds familiar from one of the two shows.
He's a viewer. He's a viewer.
I know it's a viewer, but for some reason it reminds me of the Partridge Family or the Kung Fu. Either way. Other than that, I've got one Saturday. I don't know what I'm doing. I've got to pick up some more beers before Saturday for that show. And Sunday, I've got my show with James on Sunday. And other than that, I'm pretty much easy breezy. Other than that, so
I'm glad you mentioned Fandango Friday. We're gonna do Fandango Friday. We got liqueurs. I've got 3.99 brands left. I'll be so glad when those are done. Although I've enjoyed them. I'm not saying they're bad. I'm just sick of dealing
yeah.
with them. I want to try something different. So I've got the cinnamon, the grape, and the bananas again, and then I'll be done. And then we'll be going off to some other liqueurs. And anybody's welcome to join. So we hope Michael and miscellaneous have a good BIB hangout tonight. BIB, and that
And
could be so many different beers because even Louisiana companies were in on that deal. So and all of that, and Stout Sunday with John and Nile. I hope he hosts it because it's a lot easier for me just to sit there and let him do the work.
now I've got if I could add something real quick.
Okay.
I know you asked if I was going to be doing anything on Thanksgiving. Now, at this point, I'm able to say no. I'm not. I'm doing nothing on Thanksgiving. Well, as far as me cooking or anything, I've got nothing going on. My parents are cooking, and I'm going over there. So anything, if anybody's got any notion of me smoking a turkey or what have you, I'm not doing it. Yeah, I'm not doing it. I'm going over to my parents' house, let them do the work, and I'm going to enjoy them and the food. So
All
that's
right.
basically what it's
Y'all
about,
have a
is enjoying the family and the food. So I'm glad to
right.
get back with them this year and have a good, honest family Thanksgiving dinner with my parents and whatnot, my siblings and what have you, and all the grandkids. And I tell you one thing, I missed these guys. I really did. This whole COVID thing, I missed it. I missed these guys so bad. I swear to God, I missed them so bad.
Right.
Oh
And
my
a good
goodness.
idea is and a good idea once everybody's eating and drinking and having a good time, bring up religion and politics, and that'll help things go even more smoothly.
Yeah.
As we all know. All right. Well, thanks to Bumpy Road, and thank you to Michael, and thank you to BC's Beer Reviews for joining. Thank you for me for hosting it, and I hope y'all run over and join Wildcard Wednesday now because they are doing a lot of consuming and discussing. All right. Well, take care, everybody. Any last words?
Cheers.
Yep.
Cheers,
Cheers.
everybody. Take care.
And Big Lit,
Goodbye.
good to see everybody here. Glad to see everybody here.
I agree. It was great. And we'll be back next Wednesday for Beers for Autumn. Beers for Autumn.